Hey everyone, it's Pearlescent Toys, back in today's video with another Marvel Legends action figure review. Today we're looking at the Infinity Saga Black Widow. Working alongside Captain America Super Spy, Black Widow makes a discovery that hints at a sinister worldwide conspiracy and must do whatever it takes to counteract it. This pose on the poster has always made me giggle. Like, it looks so weird. She's slaying it, but it still looks a little weird. Now, you might be asking yourself, why get two? And that reason will become apparent in just a few seconds. But yeah, this is an update to an older figure from the Return of Marvel, not the Return of Marvel, the Marvel Legends Infinite series line. I think it was like their first wave, the Mandroid wave. It had Black Widow in it, and you were able to interchange the head. You know, put this head on to make it like an Avengers look. Even though the costumes are wildly different between the two movies, which I'll show on screen right now. But enough talking, let's just get into the review. Alright. And please stand. Here we have Black Widow out of the pack. Here we have her out of the packaging. And here we have Black Widow out of the packaging. As you just saw. This figure is very hard to stand up, and it's mostly due to those heels that she has on her feet. Like, oh my god, they make posing this figure a nightmare. I know a lot of people like heels on their action figures. You know, they like it to look accurate. Me personally, hot take, nuclear take, I hate them. I can't stand a figure with high heels because it just makes posing them so much harder. And it's just like weird. Like, you could see the articulation on this is just so weird just because of how small it is. I don't like it. I don't like it. Ooh, I do like that though. Okay. Quit being a perv. Yeah, this figure is incredibly difficult to stand up. And another thing that I've noticed is like the trigger fingers, they just aren't able to like wrap or grab the trigger. So I was like wondering, like, maybe I could get an X-Acto knife, cut into this so she'd be able to hold on to it better. But like moving the gun down, I don't know if that would even like help really, because these fingers would still be in the way right there. It's just that's a bummer. Okay, I need to calm down. I try to be as positive on this channel as I can. I try to like find the good in things. So let's just do that, alright? The good in this, I love this sculpt. I love how accurate it looks to Scarlett Johansson in the movie. Oh my god. Okay, stop. And, stop. But yeah, it's a really good sculpt. I love these new pinless, double jointed elbows. And I think now is a good time to bring in the previous version from the Mandroid wave. And you might notice that this one, I actually did customize this. So I took the head of this one, took off the hair, and then put it onto this body. It doesn't really fit on too well. I need to like Dremel it out a bit. If I even want to at this point, because we have this version over here. But yeah, you can, other than the head sculpt, like everything else is original about this figure. The hands, even these arms. Like, look how, yikes, these arms were pretty bad back in the day, and even more now. Like, they can only go up to this, like barely a 90-degree angle, whereas the newer one can just bend all the way in. It is a much better like posing experience, having that. But going further down, like the abdomen is the same, the legs are the same, and they still have those holsters, which I don't remember if it was Shardimus Prime or I want to say it was Glenn Webb. I remember him just being irate over this, like, oh, you can't pull the guns out. And it's true. It's a very good criticism to have, especially if you want her holding one of her pistols. She still has a pistol right here. It's like, dang, she got the ultimate loadout. She has a video game character inventory. Actually, you know what? Here, this is better. Get that out of here. This is actually the original head that came with this figure. There we go. This is a more better comparison now. But yeah, so going back to that face sculpt, and you can see, yeah, Yeah, that doesn't. Um. Okay, I'll admit this one is not the best. This is not a good head sculpt when comparing to Scarlett Johansson. Ooh, kind of rough actually. Let's bring in my custom one to compare, and I think this one is better, or this one at least. I will say though, I like the makeup on the newer one better. This, like the eyeshadow and the lipstick used. Over here, it's like that's pretty rough. And the hair color, yeah, I'll say this one is better too, just because it's a little brighter. This one was a bit too dark, and going down to the chest, and well, the older one was very well endowed. God, I'm such a perv. This is why I'm single. All right, guys. But going to the back, and you can see there's actually like sculpted detail on this back part right here. Over here, it was just like left blank, and of course, like as you go further down, it's just the exact same. So going over accessories, and the first one we have is this Avengers head sculpt. You're able to put it on and make an Avengers style Black Widow. Again, the costume isn't entirely accurate to what we see in the movie, but it is pretty close, and I'm pretty sure, like, unless you have a very keen eye, you're not going to be able to pick it up. Like, oh wait, that's not the right costume. No, you should be fine. Unfortunately, unlike this one right here, where I have the original head sculpt for the Avengers one, I don't for the Mandroid Black Widow. That is, I think it's still in the box, and that box is in storage. I'm gonna have to find it somehow, but here we have my custom head sculpt on that old body, and again, you can see like the difference in the red color. Are those the same? They are. Wow, they're the same hair sculpt. That's neat. But yeah, you can see the red on the older one is a lot darker. This one's a lot brighter. I really prefer this one. It looks much more accurate, and I mean, it's not really fair comparing the faces, but just imagine like this head right here on with this hair, and that's what you would have gotten for the original. Me personally, though, with comparing these two, I kind of like the newer one better. Unlike the my custom for the Winter Soldier, where I kind of prefer this one, I kind of like this one more. Black Widow also comes with two fists, something the originals didn't have. They had like the trigger fingers and like an open out hand, but no fists. So glad to see it here. Those aforementioned opened hands are actually the ones that they recently used for Namorita. Yeah, her awful hands. But that's not all. She also comes with two Black Widow stingers, which you're able to put on by taking off as I knock over everything, my entire setup. You're able to just like pop on top right here. It doesn't really slide on, so you just have to hold it in place and then put the figure. Why are my hands shaking so much? There we go. And yeah, two stingers, and they look great. She also comes with two trigger fingers and two pistols. Unfortunately, she cannot hold these properly. It's kind of a bummer. But going over articulation, she has a ball joint, allowing her head to move this far down and this far up. And she also has a bit of pivot and some side to side movement and twist all the way around. She has upper bicep swivel, a double jointed elbow that's able to bend in all the way. That's awesome. And she has your standard Hasbro wrist hinge moving up and down and all around. She's able to bend this far back, like not at all forward. She also has pivot, allowing her to move this far to the side and for the other side. And she also has a swivel right there, and her leg is able to kick out this much, go out to the side that much, go back a very good amount. She has upper thigh swivel, a double jointed knee, and her foot is able to move, well, I guess this far down and then this far up. And she also has, and then going over size comparisons, here we have the new one next to the old one. Then we have Captain America in his stealth suit with Infinity War Winter Soldier because I couldn't find my other one. And no, this is not the new one. This is instead like a sort of custom kit bash that I made. I put the Civil War head from the Marvel Studios 10th anniversary line. I put that head onto this figure and repainted the silver right here as well as his shield. I'll get the new one just when it goes on clearance. Next up, we have Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man and First Appearance Spider-Man. Then we have the Beyond Earth's Mightiest Black Widow. And finally, the Marvel Legends Spider-Ham. Alright, final rating and my overall thoughts. I'm going to give this a final rating of 6.5 out of 10. You know, I was mildly disappointed in this figure, especially because I was like looking forward to this. This is like pretty much the only figure in this wave that I was actually like looking forward to getting. Unfortunately, she just did not hold up. And it's a bit of a bummer, you know. I think it's mostly down to just the reuse, the constant reuse, prevalent all throughout the figure. Really, only the new pieces are these arms, then the chest piece, and then the head sculpt. Even the hair is like reuse. And these guns not being able to fit in her hands properly is just a very big disappointment. I'll tell you what though, it is an improvement on the original, but I don't feel like it's that big of an improvement. Of course, they updated it with that new the new face printing and the updated articulation, at least in the arms, but everywhere else it's just the same exact figure. If you're wanting this, I would definitely wait, see if it goes on clearance somehow. But yeah, 6.5 out of 10. Okay. Man, did anyone else want these two to get together back in the day? I kind of shipped them as a kid, not gonna lie. But yeah, that'll do it for today's video. Hope you enjoyed. Please like, comment, subscribe, share with a friend. Anything you can do that will support the channel would be greatly, greatly, greatly appreciated. And with that, I'll see you in the next one. Bye.